Initially, it looked like, oh, the Patriots are out of the market for a quarterback. They just signed Cam Newton, 1 year, $14 million. Well, they're definitely not going to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo now. The Niners missed their shot. They should have pulled the trigger when there was interest. The report is that the Patriots called the Niners first to kick the tires on a potential trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, and the Niners are not interested in trading Jimmy Garoppolo at this time. Kyle, John, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, the timeline thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. But let's talk Cam first. So they reached out to you guys. You said, no, not yet. And they said, fine. And then they went and signed Cam Newton. Are you guys scared? Are you worried that the one suitor out there for Jimmy Garoppolo just said, you know what, screw that. We're going to get Cam Newton. Are you scared? You look a little nervous, guys. You look a little green in the gills. Don't worry. I'm telling you, I don't think this changes much. The way I read this, the Patriots have a lot of cap space, and they want to use it. They want to be like Tampa. They want to have a team that's ready to contend and win a Super Bowl, and they want to prevent the Bucs from winning another Super Bowl, because right now it's Bill Belichick's legacy against Brady's, and Belichick's is going this way and Brady's is going this way. So they're going to make some moves. But it seems like you could have all the cap space in the world. If the top quarterback on your depth chart is Jarrett Stidham, it doesn't really matter if your coach is Bill Belichick. Who's signing up to go there? Most free agents want two things: money and a chance to win. A chance. If the top quarterback on the depth chart is Jarrett Stidham, a lot of guys are going to be like, there's no chance there. Forget that. I'll go to some other place for a comparable deal, a place that has a quarterback. Doesn't have to be a Hall of Famer, just a quarterback. So I think the Patriots were like, hey, we want Jimmy now. And you said, no, not now. And we'll talk about that. So they said, okay, we need somebody. They signed Cam. He started for them last year. He's still a starting caliber quarterback. Players in the league love him. And I don't know if he's a draw, but he's not like a repellent the way Jarrett Stidham would be. I mean, if Jarrett Stidham were their starter, free agents would be like, ooh, no, thank you. I'll go somewhere else. But it's Cam. It's like, oh, well, you know, hey, y'all, why not? Give it a shot. Cam Newton. I used to like that. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps them in the game. Does that mean that they don't want Jimmy Garoppolo? I don't think it means that at all, because the structure of the deal is it's 1 year with, well, the exact details haven't come out yet. But from what's been reported, it's a lot like the deal he had last year. It's a low base salary, not a lot of money guaranteed, a lot of incentives. So if he wins the starting job and plays X amount of games and takes the team to the playoffs, then yeah, he'll get the full amount of money because he was a 16-game starter who won games. He'll earn it. But if he isn't the starter, if the Patriots get someone else and he wins the starting job, I'm sure they can either cut Cam Newton for like no penalty or keep him on the team as a backup for very cheap because he won't be able to hit any of his incentives. So I think the Patriots are definitely still in the market for Jimmy. They just want to be able to make moves in free agency and are afraid that having no starter on the roster will prevent them from doing so. So they signed Cam. Doesn't prevent them from making other moves. They still have a lot of cap space. They make the moves they want to make. They check in with the Niners every 2 weeks or so until the Niners decide they're ready to make their move. And then they trade for Jimmy. And then they give Jimmy his extension so that his cap hit this year is $6 million instead of 27 or 25, which was what it would be for the Patriots. And then they can keep Cam Newton and have two quarterbacks for cheap, or they can get rid of Cam Newton. It doesn't matter. This is just so they can have a guy so they can say we're contending and we're serious and we want you, Mr. Free Agent, to come to our team. So John, Kyle, don't panic. This isn't some kind of power play by the Patriots. This isn't saying, you know what, we don't want Jimmy anymore. This is them being desperate. They want Jimmy, I think. And they waited till 2 days before free agency to give up on that and say, okay, fine, Cam, here's a contract. You can come back, call up your friends, see if you can recruit some free agents. But dude, it's all incentives. And if we sign Jimmy, sorry, we're doing you a favor. If you can find a better deal, go. So Kyle, John, be patient. The Patriots certainly are. This is a necessity move. Real quick, John and Kyle, plug your ears. I have to take a call real quick. Alexander Hooker, what are we doing? We haven't barely re-signed anyone, and we have 20 plus free agents not on hand for Lance. Why are we slow playing everything? I don't know. I'm going to talk to John and Kyle and get back to you on that one. I'm thinking the Niners are going to replace all of these free agents with day 3 draft picks. That's why they have 7 of them. They're trying to get cheaper. They have a lot of expensive players on the roster, so the depth has to be cheap as hell. And that's what's happening to this team. It's becoming the haves and the have-nots on the 49ers. It's the way it goes. It's the natural cycle of things.